let's get into the grand finals. We're here. We're ready to go. We're ready to see what happens in this best of 5. It's such a wild and crazy best of 5. We've never seen anything like it except the other 100 times these guys have played against each other this year. This is like the most common grand finals of any tournament that I cast these days. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the Red Zerg for Dragon Kites Gaming. It's Dark. And of course, his opponent, lower left-hand corner, his teammate, it's Hero. Ooh, baby. Should be a very good finals. I mean, I'm never sad to see these two go up against each other. I joked about it because there was a run of like a period of time right when the KSL started, just a few weeks in, where we saw Dark versus Hero like 3 weeks in a row. But then also the ESL Asia finals, those 3 weeks was Dark versus Hero. We just saw them up against each other like 5 or 6 times straight. It was the grand finals I cast twice a week. And even though that's happened a little bit less, we still see these guys up against each other all the time. It's such a good matchup. They feel so evenly matched. I think usually, more often, I've seen Hero win, but only just barely. And Dark will pull out some wild builds. He really will. We've seen him proxy hatch. We've seen him go super heavy lings on like 18 drones or big 3-base roach pushes. He's got all sorts of cheeky strategies. He will Nidus your main. He is not afraid to cheese. But the scary thing about Dark, he's also not afraid to just go for the super late game and get into those spellcasters, get into the lurkers. We saw last game against Classic. Dark had his lair done at like 8 minutes, even though he was being attacked, even though Classic was being aggressive. Dark was straight into that lair, straight into those lurkers, and it was so quick. Classic couldn't handle it. He didn't have the army and the tech out he needed to deal with it. But also, Dark's just going to sneak in here with a few lings and be incredibly annoying in Hero's main in the meantime. Oh my god, these lings. This is so annoying, and now the Adept has gone into the main and the probes and the natural are in trouble. They're just running away. Oh my god, there's still one in the main too. This is so annoying. I don't know where the Adept on the other side of the map is. It looks like it's just chilling for now. 2 probes have gone down, and there has been quite a bit of lost mining time. It looks like the probes saved this guy. Oh, can this ling get it? No, not quite. Not quite. Bit of a problem here for Hero. He doesn't actually have a wall yet. There are links coming across. All right, he's going to get that wall up just in time. The Oracle and 2 Adepts are heading across the map to put some pressure on. But with 2 Queens and a Spore Crawler here, the Oracle can't really get much done. The Adept's going to try to sneak by, but there's 2 Queens in the main as well. And it looks like Dark should have this pretty well sorted. A few drones are going to start to fall, though. As Uko sends in a bunch of beautiful, beautiful viewers. Thank you so much, Uko, for the raid. I hope you had a lovely stream. Welcome, Uko viewers. We're in the grand finals of the KSL. And if you're not familiar with the KSL, this is the Korean StarCraft League. It is a weekly run event here on my channel and Dave Testa's channel. We're having a good time this week. Dark versus Hero. We're just in game 1 of the grand finals. You're here at the perfect time. This is a crowd-funded event as well. Sometimes I feel like I talk about this too much, but it's always good to mention. This is fully funded by the Patreon. Shout out to our Patreon supporters for making this possible. If you like supporting professional level StarCraft, high level Korean players like these guys and all their friends, please consider supporting the Patreon. You will also get replays. So you could have Dark versus Hero Grand Finals Best of 5 replays for just $5 today. Plus all the other replays that I can gather from this week's tournament. Yeah, send out those replays every week. Shout out again to that Patreon. We also have a Matcherino, so if you're like, I'm not spending money, sorry, but I totally understand. You can go to that Matcherino, you can add 25 cents to the prize pool just by clicking a button. Or maybe 4 if you need to log in. Anyways, let's talk about this game a little bit. Hero's going to put some pressure on with these Adepts. They are not glaive Adepts. They are just regular old Adepts, and they're going to try to be a little bit annoying here. Maybe trade with some Lings, maybe get some drone kills if they can. Oh, this is really nice from Dark. Oh, but the drone blocks it. I guess it doesn't matter anyways. The Adepts are all going to shade. Fight the Lings. The Lings are just here to buy time until the Queens show up. A few drones starting to go down, though. It looks like these Oracles, I think they forced to cancel on a base over here. This is 8 drone kills. This is actually really nice. Quite a few Lings died as well. Yeah, that was really nice for Hero. I don't know. Maybe not. I guess the trades are technically better for Dark because he killed all those gas units, but losing 8 drones is always very painful for the Zerg. Now behind this, there is Charge on the way as well as +1, and this Templar Archives. Makes me feel like Hero wants to put on some big pressure. Some Charge Lot Archon. No 4th base yet either for Hero. But he does have the Robo Bay on the way, so he is going for follow-up tech off the back of this. And to answer that question in chat, yes, I am a normal caster for KSL. In fact, I'm one of the organizers of the tournament. I do love this tournament quite a bit. And yeah, Dave Testa and I do all the admin work for this. We just had this Summer Slam a few weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. Hoping we can maybe get some more Patreon support. Get that monthly number up there a little bit and start to save up for another big tournament like the Summer Slam. Maybe we could get like a Winter Slam or like a Spring Slam. I don't think it would be a Slam though. I feel like the Slam is for summer. What would Winter be? Be like the Wet and Wild Winter. I don't know, I like me some alliteration. Hero is out here with 1 Archon, 1 Immortal, and a bunch of Charge Lots. This feels like a very strange army, and honestly, I'm a little bit worried. It feels a little, I don't know, it feels a little fragile. But I guess because there's only 1 Archon and 1 Immortal, he could lift those units up in the prison, should he need to. But Hero still doesn't have a 4th base. It looks like he's trying to take one over here, but there's no probe here. There are some Lings around. He's just getting into Colossi. Is Hero just going to go for like a huge 3-base push? Because Dark's got a lot of Roaches out. And I don't know that Hero has a great army against just way more Roaches. Way more supply in Roaches than he has an army right now. Dark's going to push across, though. Hero is finally taking a 4th base, and he should be able to defend this. Dark has gone for the split push, which actually, I think, works in Hero's favor here when he's on the defense. I feel like he should be able to hold on to this. He's got some static defense up at this base. This base is starting to look a little bare, though, and Dark has realized that he's consolidated his Roaches, and he is going to jump on top of this, taking down most of the army. The Immortal and Archon do get out of there, but the 4th base is forced to be canceled, and that is good enough for Dark. He is going to back up. He killed some army, stopped the 4th base, and now he's going to pull back and defend Hero's counterattack, but Hero not going all the way for it. Decides to back up a little bit. But now Hero's in a tight spot. Dark is fully maxed. He's on 200 supply. Hero, he's at 160. His army is pretty good. It is pretty good. I gotta say, his army is better than Roaches. But there are so many more Roaches. Is it gonna be enough for Dark to fight this army? There are 3 Colossi here. There's Archons, there's Blink Stalkers. And Hero is going to have Warpins available, warping in a bunch more Stalkers. Dark trying to split. He's trying to come in on this from multiple angles. Hero in a good position, though, with the choke point. But there's so many roaches. Dark, is he pushing through? I don't know. That supply is falling pretty substantially. The Colossi standing strong in the back, just blasting away at those roaches, doing a ton of damage. And Dark, his army supply now is even with Heroes. A Disruptor even shows up. That's going to make it more annoying for Dark, who loses this base. Dark is very much on the back foot right now. His army, it was worse. So despite being up 40 supply, it was still worse. I don't know if the Prism died. Not sure where that Prism ended up. It looks like it did go down. So Hero forced to warp in back at home and send those units across the map. Now the problem for Hero is he still doesn't have a fourth base. He is going to not have a lot of mining soon. Oh my god. The burrowed roaches on top of the Colossi. They were left all alone. Disruptor Nova's going out. One of them connects hugely. The Colossi staying alive. There was enough there to protect them. Oh my god, that play from Dark was so big brain, but there were just too many units with those Colossi, and one Disruptor connected, and that's all it takes sometimes. Dark with the big brain play, but a little bit too late to that burrow and tunneling clause. Hero able to push through. He takes the win. Turns out having a lot of roaches sometimes, they still just suck. Roaches are still just bad units. Dark learning that one in a very painful way. Honestly, it almost felt like Hero baited him into it a little bit because he had a bunch of Zealots with those. And while targeting the Disruptors sounds like such a great idea, the whole point of that is actually to kill the Colossi. The Disruptors are nice, but those Colossi were the consistent damage. So while he was trying to target the Disruptors, the Colossi just killed most of those roaches, as did the Zealots. Which is why Dark tried to back up, but then one Disruptor Nova just catching him on the retreat too. It was painful, but it was a last-ditch effort. I think Dark was pretty dead at that point, and he knew it. A Twitch viewer, thank you so much for the resubscription. We've had so many resubscribes today. 13 months. Thank you very much. So also a reminder that it's still September, and I think the deal right now is if you subscribe or resubscribe, but do like the 3-month or the 6-month, so you subscribe in like one chunk for 6 months, you actually get like a big discount. I think it's 30% off if you subscribe for 6 months. Obviously, I would super appreciate anybody who decides to do that, but also look into that for channels you subscribe to for like long term, because you could just save a bunch of money on your car insurance by switching to Geico, or by resubscribing to your favorite channels for like a 6-month chunk. I'm actually going to go do that to a bunch of channels that I subscribe to, because I mean, you can just save money. I like saving money. I don't know about you. But let's get into game number 2, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Royal Blood. We have our Dragon Kitesy Gaming Zerg, Dark, who's going for a nice little pool here. 6 Zerglings on the way from that 12 pool. And no hatch just yet because, oh my god, there's a hatch over here. Of course, on the defense is going to be Dragon Kitesy's Hero. Oh, and the hatch is going down in the Natch. The hatch in the Natch. I hate when the Zerg puts their hatch in my Natch. You know what I mean? Probe's getting pulled for Hero. He wants to kill this. Now, this is kind of a weird map for Dark to do this on, I feel like, because it's a 2-building wall for Hero. It's actually a really nice map to wall off on. But Dark still, maybe that's why he's going for it, right? He's like, I won't expect it. The probes will be able to force a cancel on this while the Zealot holds the front. There's a second Zelly on the way. Ling's just working on the gateway for the time being. More Lings coming across. Dark is committing quite a few Zerglings to this. The 2 Zealots out front are going to be able to push these away a little bit more effectively, but they get caught and surrounded. Good movement from Hero, though. Trying trying to keep them a little closer together, pulls the probes out. The Zealots, the second one does go down, but it looks like most of the Lings are going to die as well. I don't think there's any more Lings out on the map, just that one. That's going to go see what's going on here. Obviously, there's not much happening in the main for Hero just yet, but Hero's going to be able to get his base down. Dark is going to double expand off the back of this. I feel like that wasn't worth it. I'll be honest with you. That doesn't feel like it was worth it for Dark. Resource-wise, it definitely wasn't. But the big deal here is his natural's not done. He is down a bunch of workers. What is that, eight workers on the Protoss? And Hero's going to have this natural up just barely later than Dark. Now, Dark is going to have this third base up at kind of a relatively normal time, I think, for a Zerg third. But if he just drones here, I feel like he's in danger of these Adepts just killing a bunch of drones. He needs to get Lings out to deal with it. But the Lings don't have speed. There's no Queen in the main base. But I guess there's enough Lings out to keep these Adepts away for now. Keep the Adepts at bay. And I think Hero has got to be very happy with his defense. The follow-up here, the Twilight Council, 2 gates on the way. Feels like maybe he's going to go for Glaives. That's a 4th gate even. Glaives? Glaives? He's a little focused. He's a little focused. He's killing drones. Looks like the Adepts are going to get caught and killed here. Only 2 drones going down, actually. Not a great amount of drones getting killed by those 2 Adepts. But Glaives is on the way. That's a 5th gateway. How many gates is Hero going to go for here is the real question. How many gates is too many gates? Does have a 3rd gas on the way as well, so he could follow this up with something a little bit more gas intensive, like a Dark Shrine, should he so choose. The Overlords have been pushed away. They haven't really gotten to see too much here, but I feel like if you're Dark, you're starting to get an idea of what it's going to be. And the response is going to be pretty similar no matter which of the things Hero's going for here. It's probably not Blink Stalkers. It's definitely not a Stargate. So you're kind of stuck with Glaives or like Charge or an Archon drop. In any of those cases, you're going to want to get Roaches out. So Ling's on the way right now for Dark, but his Roach Warren is finishing up. He's going to start some Roaches. He's at 38 drones, which is a pretty nice number. I think usually here you want like 38 to 42. So if he's able to take decent trades with these Adepts and not take too much drone damage, I think Dark's going to be okay with this situation. Hero does not have a 3rd base. He seems fairly committed to this push. He's got the forward pylons here. He's got 2 of them, actually. And he's going to start putting this pressure on, trying to take down these Queens. Roaches are popping out, but they're getting hit as well. And the Adepts, they're going to push forward into this 3rd base. Some drones going to finally start to go down. Zero takes this nice position. A lot of Lings up in the main, but they don't really get the surround. Oh my god, there's still no Ling speed, guys. Dark has all of these Lings, and they are just slowly running after these Adepts. The Adepts are going to get into this drone line. This is looking very bad for Dark right now. The Adepts are actually just winning the fights against the Roaches. But the Roaches get on top of some of these Adepts now, cornering them a little bit. Still only 3 drones have died, but Hero puts down 2 gates at this pylon. And he is not going to chill on this pressure at all. Lings popping out and just dying. The fact that Dark is making slow Lings against this just makes me feel like Hero is going to crush this army eventually. I mean, the slow Lings just cannot fight this. They're basically useless. And the Roaches keep getting picked off here as there's only a few of them at a time. Finally, they group up, and then the Adepts just kind of leave. Hero is up 10 workers right now. I mean, it's basically 2 base to 2 as Dark's 3rd has not been mining for a while. The Adepts are getting pushed away, but that's giving room for these 2 gates to finish and more Adepts to get warped in over here. And this still feels very good for Hero, who has a Dark Shrine about to finish, and I'll be honest, the detection right now for Dark is absolutely none at all. So if even one DT warps in, yeah, I mean, Dark can't do anything about it. I don't know if this is good for Dark. Like, does he want to fight these Adepts with the roaches? He wants to, like, pick these Adepts off as they try to retreat, but... this is just going to be it. Oh my god, that's so many DTs. GG. Yeah, like 1 DT, maybe a Spore Crawler can get up, but like 5? If you don't already have detection, you are just fully dead. And Hero takes a quick 2-0, defending against the 12-pool proxy hatch of Dark. Not my favorite version of that build that Dark has done. He tried to be cheeky, but Hero just too good on the defense. And I feel like on that map, it's not like the best, not the strongest choice on that map. Because again, the 2-building wall makes it so much easier for Hero to defend. The Lings weren't able to crack through a gateway or anything like that. It just makes it so much more painful for the Zerg to try to get that damage done. And the probes just handled the proxy hatch. From there, it was really on Hero to let Dark get back into the game. And I love the choice to go for Glaive to Depths. It hits so quickly, and it really takes advantage of things like not having Ling speed or being forced to build roaches on a slightly lower economy than you'd like. Dark, who is trying to catch up, just wasn't able to handle it. Well, we'll go into game 3 now. Hopefully, we can see Dark start to pull it back a little bit. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Thank you for enjoying the KSL. We do this every Friday. Although we have lost a little bit of Patreon support recently, we might have to take some weeks off here or there. We're going to try to keep this up every single week as much as we possibly can. Because I love putting on tournaments like this. It's been super fun. And I just want to keep doing it. I love getting to cast these guys every single week. It just never gets old, no matter how often I cast them. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Altitude. Huge map this time. We've got Dragon Kites's Dark. Getting his hatchery blocked by his cheeky Protoss opponent, who is now on match point in this grand finals. It is Hero. Ow. Just need my microphone. Sorry if that was very loud for you guys. I don't recommend kneeing a microphone stand. It actually wasn't very pleasant. I don't know if Dark has actually won a KSL Finals against Hero. I'm going to look that up right now. So Dark did win against Hero in the SummerSlam. But as far as in these finals, Dark has beaten a lot of people, but I don't think he's ever beaten Hero. Yeah, he's beaten like Classic and Nightmare, Gumiho, Solar, but he hasn't beaten Hero. Every time Hero and Dark face off in the KSL Finals, Hero wins. And Hero has the most KSL Finals victories, the most gold medals, with 8. So something about this specific weekly tournament, it's hard for Dark to take down Hero. He's beaten him in the ESL Open Cups. He's beaten him in plenty of other tournaments. In fact, I think he's beaten Hero in semifinals of KSLs. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but I feel like there's a chance that that's happened, where Dark has beaten Hero in the semis, but just never in these finals. There's been reverse sweeps where Dark will win the first 2 games and then Hero pulls it right back. I don't know. It feels like there's something stopping Dark from winning these. Hopefully he can break it today. I would not hate to see a reverse sweep here. They're so much fun because it feels so hopeless for Dark right now. Like, oh man, how does he beat Hero? but he can do it. We've seen it happen. Hero's going for a Void Ray. That is a very interesting choice. Now, I wonder if this is like a map-specific choice. Are we going to see full Sky Toss here out of Hero? Because on this map, this is a long map to get like queens across the map. And that's, you know, that's one of the main dangers of going for a Void Ray style. It is going to be an Oracle follow-up, so I guess the Void Ray is just to like clear Overlords or something. I don't know. This is not something we usually see. Classic in the last match against Dark went for a Phoenix. Kind of served a similar purpose as this Void Ray is going to serve. Yeah, Void Ray is going to go ahead and be annoying out here. Third base goes down for Hero, but the Lings show up right on time to force the cancel. I think they can get this. Yeah, they do force that cancel. If they had been 1 second later, that Oracle actually just stops that from happening. Very annoying for Hero. He'll just put it back down. That's 100 minerals and some lost time on that third base that he wasn't really planning on. Hero, though, is going to go ahead and get 2 Overlords here with this Void Ray. Finishes that one off. There's another Overlord out here as well. I don't know if Hero knows about it, though. He might not be able to find it. You started watching StarCraft 2 during the NASL days. Oh, so you won't mind then the fact that I need my microphone. You're used to sound issues. Who doesn't love the old NASL sound guy? I remember those days. I didn't watch a ton of... Actually, I think I did watch a lot of NASL, now that I think about it. Because, like, Rotterdam and Mr. Bitter did a lot of casting on that. I think I did watch a lot of NASL. Whew. This Oracle just barely escapes. How did it get off that stasis ward? Look at all these queens trying to go somewhere. It ain't working. For a depth sneak in, man, Hero is being incredibly annoying with this. He's going to go for the recall, and then the Oracles are going to dive back into the main base. There's no queens up here right now. These 2 Oracles just going to have to avoid that Spore Crawler. 8 drones, 9 drones going down here. 10. Hero, stop getting more. Making me seem silly. 14 drones have gone down this game, and so far Hero has only lost 1 Adept and the cancel on that Nexus. This is insane value right now. Not to mention that stasis trap that caught these queens, caught a couple of drones as well. There's another one, some more lost mining time. Hero, I think, has to be very happy with how this early game has gone. His harassment has gotten quite a bit of damage done. Off the back of this, he does have Blink and +1 on the way, so he's going to be going for a Stalker-based army for now. But Blink and +1 are kind of a long way from being done, and this Nidus is halfway there. A bunch of roaches out, a bunch of more Lings coming out, and I assume the queens will dive into this as well. Hero not going to be able to get the scout off on that as the Oracles die. Oh my god, he doesn't see it. Okay, this could be a real problem right now for Hero. Ling's even going to catch one of these Stalkers, doing a little bit of damage. Also distracting Hero while this Nidus goes down. Queen's getting into the Nidus first, then Roaches. Lings are actually running out on the map to deal with these Adepts, and suddenly Hero realizes he needs to be at home as he starts hearing that Nidus pop. But the Lings out here as well. I love the way Dark is not just sending everything through the Nidus, just those slow units, the slow-moving units. That Nidus is not going to happen on top of the ramp. Dark needs to be a little careful. He's got to spread that creep forward before he can really push up that ramp. And I feel like he's given Hero some time to get ready. There's already a cannon and shield battery here. 2 more shield batteries on the way, as well as a backup pylon to keep some of this stuff powered. Lings are waiting up here at this base, but pushing up this ramp is very difficult for Dark right now. There's a lot of stuff at the top of this ramp for Hero, and Hero just needs to build units. That is what he needs to do right now. Dark, he's just going to pull back and go home. Man, only Dark can do that. Only Dark can be like, okay, I'm committing. Tons of units, Nidus, let's go. And then be like, oh, you're defending? Okay, I'm going home. Going home. Just drones up, starts a 4th base. I feel like this is just so bad for Dark. But I don't know, man. If it had been anybody else, I'd feel like they were just dead. But because it's Dark, I don't believe he's dead. I just never believe that he's fully dead. The Oracles come back over. I don't know if they saw that 4th base. Oh, they didn't see it. They might surmise that it's there. But I don't think Hero wants to assume anything. He does have those Blink Stalkers out now, though. He's getting Colossi and Charge behind this. But he could try to poke out and do a little bit of pressure here with the Blink Stalkers. The upgrades of Dark is really where he took the biggest hit. Getting very late into those upgrades. He has no melee upgrades, which are really, really nice to have against the Stalkers. He's going straight into the Roach 1-1 upgrades off the back of this. Man, he's all over the place here. He's got the Hive on the way. He's got the Spire halfway done. His 4th base is up and running. He's up to 80 drones all of a sudden. And he even starts up a 5th base as he's recognized Hero's going to go for a little bit of macro. And it looks like Hero just wants to build up a nice big Death Ball army. Colossi, oh my god, and what is that upgrade? Ship weapons level 1. Whoo, sheesh. All right, Hero. Okay, 2 more Stargates and a Fleet Beacon. He says it's macro time. Oh man, and here's what we've been looking for. Here's what we've been looking for. I'm a little worried for Hero, just because this is probably the best thing for Dark. I think if Hero had gone for a big counterattack with like a few Colossi and just a bunch of gateway units, Dark would have had a tough time holding on against it. He was so greedy off the back of this. But now, Dark's going to be able to get into this excellent economy. 89 drones. His 5th base is finishing up. He's got the Greater Spire finishing. He's got Corruptors on the way already. He's planning Broods. Now, this is a big problem for Dark. He has not recognized that Hero is going for, I guess, the transition into air. He's got carriers on the way. Dark may not save anything that shoots up. And that could be a big problem. He is going to have some Queens out. He might keep a few Corruptors as is. Okay, he starts up the 2nd Spire. Dark has realized what he's up against, or is at least preparing for the possibility of it. But he's going to be able to get double upgrades on the Spire units. This game, we might be here for a while, guys. This is a big map. Ooh, Hero's going to take a map you very seldomly seen taken. I'm sad I missed him kill the Watchtower. I don't think I've ever actually seen this base taken on this map. It's kind of a wild 5th base for Hero to take. There are 2, I think, better options for a 5th base. But he's going to go for the forward gold base, because why not? Prism's going to try to go into the main base, but unfortunately, a Corruptor might do something here. Yeah, okay. 1 Corruptor. Going to be pretty good. There are a bunch of Broods out for Dark. He has not seen the carriers yet.
Our forces are under attack.
Could be a bit of a problem for him. Those Lings are not going to win that fight. More Roach is going to have to go over to defend those. Hero's pushing forward. He is not bringing the carriers with this, though. So this army is a little bit weaker without those units. Lyle's going to try to push those back. Oh, no, the Vipers. Okay, the Vipers stay alive. Dicey for a second there. The Broodlords have been spotted, and Hero might take this as his time to move forward with the carriers. Ooh, it's actually going really well for Dark so far. Hero is still holding the Watchtower on the other side. Dark gonna have to commit some more units over there to defend it. But he's got to be careful not to undercommit to defending these Broodlords, and this is where things can get dicey. Dark starting to push forward. These are +1 carriers here. They have cannons and shield batteries to help support. There's nothing that shoots up in this army, but there are some Vipers and there are some Infestors. This can be very, very good against carriers. Hero's just going to go for the counterattack. There are some roaches here, but not nearly enough to fight this. Which means the Brood Lords need to turn around. The rest of these units need to come home and defend this ground army, which is so far just mincing up these roaches and getting right on top of this fourth base. Dark going to start to lose a lot of stuff. But as the rest of the army gets here, some nice yoinks on those Archons. The base staying alive with those transfuses for a little while. Stalker's really trying to bust it down, but the transfuses might be a little too good. No, Dark stops transfusing, maybe runs out of energy. The base does die, and now the carriers on the bottom side going to kill this fifth base, and just like that, Dark gets knocked down to 4 hatches. He loses his fourth and fifth base. He does have this one to send some drones to. The drone count is still pretty solid. But Hero, he has not been interrupted mining back at home at all, and now he's going to go ahead and take a sixth base. Dark trying to send a counterattack here, going into the third area. But there are so many air units out here for Hero right now. His air army is looking so terrifying. And Dark, I don't think he was fully prepared for this. Again, he does have like the double upgrades going. So he's got 2-2 on the way for his air units. But he just doesn't have any air units. And that's a bit of a problem for him. The Tempest dive through here. The Zealot's going to catch some of these Roaches and Ravagers as well. Hero just pushing through the middle. Recognizing that Dark doesn't have enough to deal with this right now. Dark just staying back. He says, all right, if you want to commit to attacking me, you're going to have to come very far in. The Spore Crawlers will help slow this down and allow time for those Corruptors to come out. The Viper's going to be really helpful here, but this is another big problem. Without the Corruptors, the Vipers just had to double yoink those units to kill them. Queens can kill the Interceptors pretty nicely. Actually, some Microbial Shrouds on the Queens here wouldn't be too bad. No, 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 Dark! Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this so much. What are these Corruptors doing? They dove so far forward. They did not need to do that. They really shouldn't have done that. Hero has committed to this air army. He's got 7 carriers and 2 Tempests out. And he's just trying to keep Dark on a low economy. Killing this base. Dark does have this one back up, but there's not a ton of mining left at it. There's a decent amount of gas, but the minerals are getting very low. Dark is going to try to double expand on the left side, but Hero is rotating around there right now. Dark's army is getting a little bit better, but he's still so low on Corruptors. He's got to use these Spellcasters to good advantage. Nice fungal goes down, but this base might be in some trouble. Hero pushing forward. Another nice fungal. I mean, again, the Spellcaster usage from Dark is very, very strong here. He dives in. Some storms going down. Parasitic bombs on the units. Dark is going for it, trying to push through with the Queens. The Interceptors are all dead. And oh my god, Dark is gonna do it. He clears the army. Hero's army supply dwindling. He's got no air units left. These 2 carriers here at the worst possible time, joining up when the Corruptors win the fight. The Queens, the Corruptors, the Spellcasters. Where did the Interceptors go? Dark crushes that army. He's up 100 army supply. I think this game is over. And now it's just a matter of Dark finishing it up. Hero, though, continuing to stop this space from being taken. The Zealots killed this one. So while Dark's army is huge, his economy is pretty trash right now. He has this hatch finished up. He's going to send a lot of his drones over here. Hero's economy is pretty fantastic, but he just doesn't have the units to deal with this right now. He's got 9 DTs and 6 Zealots. There is some detection here, but Hero's just going to blink on top of that Spore Crawler. Dark needs to land a fungal, or 2 or 3, but he's not watching it. He's focused elsewhere. There's DTs hitting this hatch as well. Dark's pushing through this one, stopping Hero from mining, but Hero has other fresh bases. It looks like most of the DTs have gone down, but 2 of these bases have died. This one's only halfway done. Dark's mining is so bad right now. Oh my god, this is wild. Can Hero pull himself back into this game? He's got 9 Stalkers. That is his actual factual army right now. He is just counterattacking. He's taking advantage of how slow this army is and how little money Dark has, just running around with DTs everywhere. He's killed 15 drones. Dark is effectively on 4 hatcheries. Hero's economy is actually so much better than Dark's. That might allow him to get back into this game. I really thought Dark had it, but Hero is making this into a super scrappy game. This is nice movement from the Corruptors, but they have to get out of here. Oh, this is a lot of Corruptors going down for absolutely no damage. There's a lot of Stalkers in this army now, and Stalkers are... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Dark. Oh, God, he's losing so many Corruptors, and he can't afford that because there's a switch into Void Rays with Flux Veins on the way. I'm actually not sure I'm a huge fan of that because there's already so many Infestors, and I don't know if there's still Vipers left, but Dark's not afraid to remake a few Vipers. And I feel like that's a big weakness of those Void Rays, but with no Corruptors to fight them, that's a big problem for Dark. Broodlord's going to start hitting this base. Where are the Stalkers? There's Zealots on the right-hand side. The Stalkers are on their way over to fight this. Is there enough support for these Broodlords where the Stalkers can't just blink under them? It looks like the answer is yes. Dark has most of his army here. That does mean these Zealots can sneak on by. There's some Roaches here, but they're not doing their job defending this natural base. The Void Rays getting pushed away. Again, the Fungals are really, really scary for those Void Rays. They clump so much. Hero's going to have to let this base go. He is getting some damage over here, but he's not able to kill the hatchery. It looks like the Roaches are going to finally clean these Zelly boys up. The Stalkers trying to counterattack. They're like slow broods. Okay, let's go get us some more damage done. This is Dark's big mining base right now, and the Stalkers are going to blink on top of it, but they can't blink away from the Fungals. Dark lands one nice Fungal. Can he get the follow-up? Corruptors dying, but so many Stalkers going down. Hero is able to kill this hatchery, but that is not the most important hatchery. He kills them both, though. Ooh, more Stalkers getting hit by the Broodlords. Dark has one mining base right now. Hero has like 2. I mean, this one's still going, actually. Hero still has 85 drones or probes as well. God, the mining of Hero must be so much higher right now. This is insane. He's going to try to retake this base. The army supply has evened up quite a bit. I think Dark's army is still better, but it's so much slower, and Hero keeps taking advantage of that. And this one's not just a little Zealot run by. This is Hero's whole-ass army. A ton of Stalkers. He's got High Templar. He's got Zealots. Oh, some Fungals going down. A storm does land. Gonna zone these units back. But Dark is here with the Broodlords. He's gonna push this army away. Again, Hero's army so much quicker. He's gonna be able to get out of there with most of it alive. Dark's army supply is still higher. Both players are now maxed, though. And again, Dark's economy is trash. It's absolutely trash. Hero is double expanding over here, which Dark is at least seeing some of. But Hero's taking every single base on his side of the map. This Nexus, I don't actually think it died earlier. This is a real problem for Dark. Hero has pulled himself completely back into this game. One good fight could still be a problem. Hero's army it's not great, but he's just not taking the fight. He learned his lesson from earlier. He's like, all right, I just won't engage your slow-ass, fragile-ass army. Hero's army does so much, it does so much more damage to, like, buildings. It really kills and crushes buildings. But look at how stacked these Voids are. One good Fungal out of Dark, and honestly, these Void Rays are just super dead. And that's a problem for Hero, because he needs to just constantly avoid running into these Infestors that are around somewhere. Yeah, okay, they're around somewhere. But the hit and run tactics have worked quite well. That being said, Dark has fully creeped over this Nexus, and he is finally gonna kill this and take this position, but Hero doesn't really care. He's got 2 brand new bases over here. Mama is on the way. Dark's air army is on 3-3 already, whereas it looks like Hero is... he's going to be on 3-1 when this finishes with the +2 shields. He's getting pretty close to those max upgrades. Hero dives in, but he's a little afraid that there's so much army here already. Decides to back up. None of that army really shoots up, but Dark did build some more Vipers. Parasitic Bomb plus Fungal. It's a really good combo. With some Ravager hits as well. Obviously, the Abducts can be really nice too. Hero's been doing a lot of hitting and running. The Abducts are going to be very important. Hero is maxed, but I really can't stress this enough. His army will lose in a fight. It still will lose in a straight-up fight. I mean, unless Dark messes up. 8 Infestors and 13 Corruptors, I think, beat this. It's a lot of Void Rays. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if Hero can do it. He's got a few High Templar. Storms and feedbacks could be key. If he can stop the Vipers from getting their spells off, maybe even kill a couple Infestors. Infestors are one of the few units that still die to the feedback if they're full energy. That could be a real problem right now for Dark. But Dark spellcaster usage is really second to none when it comes to Zerg. He is building a 3rd Spire. Did he lose his Spires? Oh, it looks like maybe one was targeted down for a little bit. He was worried about losing it. He's building some production over here just in case his main gets killed. I actually love that so much. I wouldn't hate to see Hero go for a big recall in the main move. That'd be kind of fun. Do the recall in the main and then the recall to a Nexus. But Hero right now just pushing through with everything in the middle. Oh, there's some feedbacks going down. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Killing some of those Infestors before the fight even starts. A couple of High Templar getting hit as well. Mama on the backside. Can she get yoinked? The ground army of Dark in the meantime, he's just going for the counterattack with it. He's like, all right, go kill my stuff. I've already rebuilt a lot of my tech over here. And this is why Dark did this. This is exactly what he was expecting to happen. Hero's going into the main. Yeah, he's killing a lot of stuff. There's more Overlords. But it's a lot of stuff that Dark's kind of already got a contingency plan for. Dark, I don't think he's got enough army to crack the static defense at these bases right now. He's going to go for it. He does force the recall. And Hero kills a lot of the tech. Not quite all the tech, though. Oh, no, the +3 doesn't kill the +3. Oh, that actually sucks so much for Hero. And that's so nice for Dark. He's going to get his final upgrade finished up. Hero just leaving the one thing he really needed to kill. Also, I don't think there's another spawning pool anywhere. So not killing that, a little bit painful for Hero. But Hero's going to come right back over. He doesn't have the recall anymore. But look at Dark's army supply. Oh my god, 156. But it's really going to come down to a big engagement here. Dark's going to go for another counterattack. He's like, you used your recall already. I'm going to go just try to kill some stuff. Again, he's losing this base, but there's not really much mining to be had here anyways. The Hydra Den hasn't been used, I don't think, this whole game. Dark is waiting. He's taken the upper left corner of the map. He knows that Hero is really only mining in the lower right. 3 base to 3 now. This game is evened up a little bit in a weird way. Baneling smashing through, getting on top of some probes. Finally, some economic damage here. Oh, but Hero finding these roaches in the middle of the map. 23 probes go down, but Dark's economy is actually garbage right now. Oh my god, this one zealot. There's like six drone kills. I think that one zealot did that. Dark's just replacing his economy. Oh, he is building some drones now. I was going to say he's replacing it with army. But he is rebuilding some drones. Getting his economy up a little bit. He's remade a lair. He can remake the hive if he wants to. Love to see this creep tumor spread forward to keep the spawning pool alive, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Well, it will make a difference if he forgets to put a new one down. Not having the ability to make lings for that period of time could be very painful for Dark. Yeah, this creep tumor spreading forward, I actually think might be very important. Well, let's see if we get there, because Hero is pushing across again, and this time Hero is actually the one up in army supply. I think for the first time in the last 10 or 15 minutes, Hero's got the army supply lead. I thought this game was over. Some feedbacks going down again on the Infestors. I don't know how many High Templar do we have here. Those are Void Rays I clicked. Ooh, there's a nice fungal. That's exactly what Hero has to be careful of. Yoink on the Mama. Do we have the -400, -400? There we go. It does drop a couple of time warps. Drop the time warp, and then it said, let's do the time warp again. It was just a yoink to the left. And down goes Mama. It's going to get replaced. Hero also replacing some lost Void Rays with carriers. Trying to beef up that air army a little bit. Okay, Ultra's on the way. This is to try to clear the ground army. Now, Void Rays do very well against Ultras, but the Void Rays are, I think, going to struggle again against those Infestors, so they have to kind of pick and choose what's a hit. The Ultras are there to body block for the Infestors. There are only 3 High Templar left right now for Hero. Oh, okay, there's 5. That still feels a little dicey. As Lings get in here, they're going to kill some more probes. Hero going to try to take this base, and I think he might be able to get away with it. The Lings are going to kill that cannon, but DT will clean them up. This is so funny. Changelings going in. They're going to be able to spot these carriers. This is actually so important for Dark to see. Dark absolutely needed to see that this was happening. Carriers are being built. Hero is beefing up that air army again. Oh my god, he's diving for them. Oh, this is such a beautiful move by Dark. Hero realizes he might be in some trouble as all of a sudden the Corruptors show up. Parasitic bombs go down on these carriers. Hero says, you left your base exposed, but the Fungals are here. Knurl's going down on so many Void Rays. And the Broodlord's going to push the ground army away. The Void Rays killing each other, killing themselves. Dark takes a fantastic fight, killing so much of Hero's army. He's killed all the carriers back at home that Hero was trying to hide from him. Dark with a beautiful scout and just handles this perfectly. This last Void Ray gonna do its best. But Hero knocked down to 100 army supply and Dark at 150. And Dark, he's got 14 Infestors on the way. He loses the hatchery. But I think Dark might have finally won this game. I don't know if he's just gonna chill back at home still. Hero's gonna be able to get more mining going and get his army back up. Look at the bank of Hero right now. He kind of desperately needs gas, but he has so many minerals in the bank. If he can just get this gas mining up, he can put himself in an okay spot. And Dark, he's being very, very patient. He has traded much better this game, but he needs to keep on doing it. Oh, that was such a move, though. Dark has taken now 2 insanely good fights. The problem for Hero, he's very ground-based at the moment. Those Ultras are out. Although, I will say, it's 41 Stalkers against 4 Ultras, so the Ultra's not feeling really that powerful. The Broodlord's obviously going to help there. Broodlord Ultra, really good combo if you like to lose. Oh, no. Oh, this is so bad for Dark. Losing all of those Ultras. The rest of his army just not here. I think the Ultras were trying to kill some Zealots running by or something. I don't know, but that was a lot lost in that fight for just absolutely nothing. A few Stalkers going down. Very painful for Dark. Oracle does get taken out here. 5 more Ultras on the way. Dark's air army is very, very scary, but that's why Hero has been building so many Stalkers. He wants to make sure he hits at the perfect time when there's all these Corruptors that just can't do too much in the fight. They'll kill the Void Rays, and that's about all they'll do. But Dark is finally pushing out on the map without the help of his static defense. This is very scary for him. But he has so many Fungals available. The Ultras are on their way, but they're not here quite yet. They show up right as the battle begins. The Stalkers blink forward. They get Fungaled. Can the Stalkers kill all of these Broodlords? There's only 3 left. They're blinking underneath. More Fungals going down. The Void Rays are all dead, but so are the Ultras. So are the Broodlords, and Dark is pulling back. He does have some static defense here, but Hero, the Stalkers might be able to push through that. What is in production right now? 8 more Ultras. Oh, some assimilations have been successful. Dark gonna go ahead and just burrow, steal a bunch of these units. Wow, you don't see Dark Templar assimilated very often. Interesting unit to Knurl. And these Spine Crawlers gonna help a lot here. But Hero, he's got a new mama. Actually, these Corruptors are just gonna straight up kill that, I think. Could we see a Knurl on the mothership? We got the blink forward. Hero doesn't have any detection though, so all of these hidden infestors here. Oh my god, and the stalkers that have been knurled kind of body blocking these stalkers of Hero. The ultras dive out, some fungals going down. The stalkers can't blink back, but the ultras, oh, can they actually push through this? A lot of stalkers dying. Hero's army supply dwindling, 13 army supply. Dark again clearing Hero's army, and this time, it is game. Dark finally wins that game. After a 34-minute slugfest, Dark clears Hero's army 3 times in that game, but it's not until the 3rd one that Hero is forced to tap out. That superior economy just kept him going. The static defense meant that Dark, with his slow-ass army, every time he tried to push, was barely getting damage done. Meanwhile, the run-bys were killing his stuff. Dark traded so much better that game. And finally it pays off for him. Oh my god. That was a beautiful game. Like, what a masterclass in late game ZVP out of Dark. I'm so happy Dark won too, because that means we get to go into a game 4 now. The spellcaster usage again, like I feel like I say it every single time I cast Dark, but he just has the best spellcaster control of any player. I mean, honestly, really of any race. I think the Zerg spellcasters are the strongest. Obviously, Ghosts are very good, but I feel like Infestor Viper is just such a combo. If you know how to use it, there's really nothing like it. And Dark, he's such an expert, man. It's insane watching the master at work. We're watching Da Vinci painting here, you know? This is Van Gogh of spellcaster usage. His impressionism, because he's impressing us with how good he is with the spellcasters. Game number 4, we're on Dragon Scales in the upper left-hand corner. It's Dark. God, these guys got into that game so quick. Usually I would have expected a break. We have a little banter here, which I love to see. Obviously, these guys teammates. Wish I had any idea what they were saying. His opponent in the lower right is Hero, who I'm guessing is saying something like, man, I can't believe I threw that game. What was I thinking? And then Dark's like, yeah, I don't know, dude. You played terribly. What are you doing? What are you thinking? You think Serral has better spellcaster control than Dark? I think Serral is better than just about everybody at just about everything in this game of StarCraft. With very few exceptions. But I gotta give Dark the spellcaster control, man. I have seen him do things with Infestors that I've never seen any other player accomplish, ever. It's just, he uses so much more of their spell abilities. Oh, now into the Innu getting into this as well. What is happening? I don't know. But we have some laughter. That's the one I know. I just think Dark uses them to their full potential more than I see any other player do. I don't know. I think if Serral specifically practiced it, he absolutely could. And his late game is fantastic. But I just got to give it to Dark, man. He is so good with those spellcasters. The thing is, I think if Serral gets to a late game, he's probably ahead or even. He very rarely gets to a late game behind. Dark, all the time, gets to a late game behind. All the time. More than any other Zerg player, he is more than happy to get into a kind of a weird position where he's maybe down economically, but his hive is done by 8 minutes, so he just doesn't care. And he gets into those spellcasters with those high-tech units. He slows the game right down. And he is the Zerg that I think takes the most cost-efficient trades in late game, consistently. And we saw that last game, right? He was taking like twice as good trades in the late game as Hero was. Every major army fight went Dark's way. He's just such a master. Hero's strategy in that last game was don't fight. I can't fight him, he'll win the fight. I need to not fight him. And it worked for a while, but eventually you kind of have to. Ah, if only. If only we knew what they were saying. If we like make up more things. Dark's over here like, man, Protoss is so overpowered and you can't even beat me 3-0. You think you need to get good. And Hero's like, yeah, I've been practicing, but I still lose 1 or 2 games against Zerg here and there. He's trying to go for a 100% win rate in the matchup. Hero has gotten a few drone kills. There are a bunch of overlords on the way. Usually, when you see 4 overlords being made at a time for a Zerg, they're about to just spam out units, but there's no Roach Warren here or anything, so I guess Dark was he's just getting prepared. And Hero is going to try to keep this pressure on. We've seen him do very, very well with this kind of early game harassment. The Oracles and the Adepts trying to draw the Queens out of position. Spore Crawlers obviously can help a little bit, but without the Queens, the Oracles can chill here and kill 5 drones just like that. Thank you so much for the fresh and hot sub, that Teddy triple. Oh, and also I didn't say thank you earlier to 47 as that game was so intense and so long that I forgot to say thank you to 47ness for resubscribing at 33 months. Pretty much all my favorite people resubscribing today. Much love to you guys. This is really, really nice for Dark. It's the full surround. The Adepts will get out of there, and you know they trade okay against the Lings, but stopping that momentum is really nice for Dark. Where are these Queens going? They're just going to hide here waiting for the next round of Adepts to show their face. I feel like this kind of backfired for Dark, though. The Ling's going to body block so that the Queens maybe don't die. These are not Glades Adepts, so they are a little bit stronger. Or the Queens are a little bit stronger against them, I should say. Hero has a worker lead right now over Dark, and I know he's killed a few drones, but you don't usually expect to see that at this point in the game. Again, the Dark, probably of any Zerg, the most okay with not being in the stronger economic position. Sometimes he'll play like that. The scary thing about Dark is he's so versatile. Sometimes he'll tech like crazy. Sometimes he's more than happy to just stay on the low tech with a lot of drones. He can do either style. Could be a very difficult thing to play against. But I think Hero's got to be feeling pretty okay about his position right now. His 4th base is not quite done yet. It's actually just over halfway, and Hero's already pushing out with the Blink Stalkers, the Oracles. He wants to put some pressure onto this 4th base. Roaches are coming out for Dark, but Roach speed's only halfway done, as is +1. Those Roaches need to get here most ASAPly to help defend these Blink Stalkers and Oracles. Queens are not going to be enough on their own, even with those beautiful transfuses keeping those Queens alive for a while. Transfuses are pretty much out. Nice stasis on a few of these Lings as well. Great target fire from Hero, man, just picking off the Queens and the Roaches one at a time, not spreading his fire out. But Dark, as if on cue, going for those infestors, getting straight into that hive. It's a little later than he might usually like it. We're almost 8 minutes in and it's not done yet. But his economy wasn't that fantastic this game, so as he gets that economy up a little bit, he's going to go for the tech. And he's so comfortable with it. But it's a great way to start taking more efficient trades. So far, the trades have been hero favored. And Hero's got a very nice looking army here. These Blink Stalkers are very difficult to fight against for like the Roach, Ravager, Link army, especially when the supplies are this close. Bile's going to take down that prison before it can get out of there. It's going to make it a little bit harder for Hero to reinforce. He's going to have to warp him back at home if he wants to. I think he's a little more focused on taking that 4th base. Just wants to keep this pressure on, try to take these trades as much as he can. He does have charge coming out behind this, as well as disruptors. Disruptors can make this a bit spicier. But we see Dark heading straight into those lurkers as well. And he's got these infestors. A fungal here could be massive. I don't know if Hero's going to be expecting infestors to be out. He does have the oracles sharking around, and he's going to be able to spot the infestors, although it's going to be the last thing those oracles do. And losing the oracles here, okay, this is actually kind of dicey for Hero, because the lurker den is done. There's 8 hydras on the way. If lurkers come out, those oracles are very important. Observers can spot the lurkers, but they're much more easy to kill. The oracles need to be there to get those tags on the lurkers. We're going to actually probably see Hero remake the oracles. The sooner he does it, the better. He is getting into Storm. He's got his 4th base nearly done. I think Hero is still in a very nice spot, but Dark is starting to get into that tech that he really wants to. Wow, taking up the forward 5th base. It's the last thing Hero would expect. Okay, Hero seems to be preparing for the lurkers. He's getting some immortals out. Immortals and disruptors, I think, are going to be the best tools for Hero against these right now. Stalkers and Zealots can do okay against lurkers, but really, they're not the strongest. They're going to get on top of one lurker, but Hero doesn't want to commit. He forces the cancel on the 5th base, and that's honestly kind of good enough for him right now. It's 4 bases to 4, and with Hero out on the map like this, he should be able to take this 5th base without too much trouble. We'll see if Dark's able to get down here and force the cancel on it. He is rotating around that direction, bringing the lurkers as well. A couple of units actually getting caught here. And, oh, this game's getting weird. Okay, we are kind of base trading. Hero tries to dive forward, but with a static defense and a few lurkers, that's going to be difficult. He's going to have to go home and defend, but Dark is already on top of his 4th base. Hero rotating. He's going to go and try to kill Dark's 4th base. Tit for tat. The 5th base gets killed. The 4th base gets killed. Dark was a little quicker to this than Hero was. But Hero, I feel like his army's a little bit better here. He's going to kill 1 lurker in this 4th base. The queens are just running forward and dying. Okay, this is full base trade happening right now. There's no disruptors out, and no more are going to come out as these robos are going to die. Hero pulling back after he kills the 4th base. He wants to try to trade with this army. If Dark recognizes this, he could kill this base and just get out. I think that might be the play here, because that would set Hero's economy down to just nothing. I think Dark needs to get out of here. He does not want to fight this army with only part of his army. He still has a handful of units back at home. And Hero's army is better. Dark's going to just try to hold the top of this ramp. That's going to make it a little bit harder for Hero to poke up. Hero does still have a few disruptors with this gateway-focused army. There's no recall for the Zerg, though. Dark is now kind of out in a very weird spot on the map. While Hero's economy is significantly worse than Dark's, if Dark can't defend this, then it's just not going to matter. Tag goes down on a few of these lurkers. The blink forward. Oh, nice fungals go down, but there's no units to punish these fungals to follow them up. But it's buying time for the rest of Dark's units to get here. I don't think Hero is going to be able to push through this. Dark's army supply is higher. He's got these lurkers, a ton of them. He's got roaches, ravagers, and even those infestors that can help out a little bit. Dark, I think, has both of the upgrades for the lurkers as well. He does. So they will have 10 range. They will be able to speedy burrow. Finally, some Disruptor Novas going down, but not even getting a lurker kill before they're forced to back up. Oh, that's a nice Disruptor Nova, though. Getting those Ravagers and a few Roaches as well. But remember, Disruptors cannot be replaced at the moment because I think the Robo Bay went down. And Hero's economy, I mean, it is trash. Dark is crushing it right now economically. And the army supply is reflecting it very heavily in favor of Dark. He's mining more. He has more army. And honestly, the army quality is relatively even. Like, Hero's army is very good, but with all these lurkers, with the infestors out, I like Dark's army just as much. But it's bigger, so I actually like it more. This one Roach is going to confirm that the third base isn't done yet, but it is on the way. And as this army pulls back, Dark might try to go for the counteroffensive. He's playing it very patiently right now, just going for a counterattack. A little run by. Hero's going to rotate around and kill this base. This base just came up. Dark could try to move over and protect it. But it looks like he's sending most of his stuff away, just leaving a few lurkers back at home. They have been tagged. Hero could try to push through, but Darky's just going for the full send counterattack. Hero's got to pull everything home. Oh my god, there are so many lurkers. 28 lurkers in Dark's army. Jesus, his army supply is bigger, but it's also just so much more expensive. And as Hero comes home, he's trying to kill these with the Disruptors, but he just doesn't have enough Disruptor Novas to kill this many lurkers. A ground army just really can't do it. Hero's going to go for a counterattack, but Dark is so far ahead in this base trade. And back at home, there's still lurkers here. Hero needs to get some tags down to deal with these lurkers. And I mean, he will push this away. I just feel like Dark's going to have too much. He is sending some stuff home. This could get kind of dicey right now for Dark, but I think he's got enough stuff where it's not going to matter. Yep, he jumps on top of his army. There's too much Zerg, and Dark ties us up 2-2 and brings us to a game 5. The reverse sweep within his grasp. Can Dark finally beat Hero in the grand finals of a KSL? Can he do it? We have one more game to find out. Oh man, this series is so good. It started off so Hero favored. But I don't know, man. Dark came ready to play. Took that long game and it boosted his confidence a little bit. I do think Dark is the kind of player that he is kind of confidence based. Like if we get partway through a series and he loses that confidence, maybe loses a key game, makes a big mistake, it feels like he has a tough time pulling it back. But in this case, that game 3, it was like the opposite happened. He was down 0-2. Then we get to the late game and he's making some excellent plays, fantastic trades, and takes it. And now that momentum swinging back in Dark's favor. Game 5 is going to be on Neo Humanity. As soon as our players are ready, I think we have all our casters in here. Shout out to our other commentators on the day. Dave Testa, of course, who's currently casting with Caitlin, as well as Kaido and Stasis. And of course, our Korean commentator joined a little later into the Inu, who's also making the lobbies and has us all in a party. Shout out to Into the Inu for being a better admin for my tournament than I am. What's their head-to-head at this point? You mean like just in general? I don't know. These guys play against each other a lot. But in the KSL, I think Hero has beaten Dark every time they faced in the finals. Yeah, Hero's lost a couple of finals, but only to Solar, Maru, and Classic. And Dark has won 6 finals, but never against Hero. They faced each other, I think, 5 times. I think this is the 6th time, maybe, they faced each other in the finals. And so far, he has never come out on top in the KSL finals. But it's worth noting, he did win in their match against each other in the Summer Slam, and maybe that's what he needed to turn this around and break that curse. In the lower right-hand corner of Neo Humanity, it is Dragon Kites's Dark. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner trying to take another win. Oh my god, he's proxy gating Hero. What are you doing? What? Hero's like, I don't want another 35-minute game. Screw your lurkers. I'm 2-gate forging you. Oh, this is beautiful. And Dark sending the Overlord straight up to the natural, misses it. Oh, this is amazing. I also love how Dark is 12 pulled in this series already. So that would kind of hard counter this. But no, this is the real deal cannon rush. Oh my god, I haven't seen this in so long. Hero busted out the builds. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful man. And I don't think Dark is taking it too seriously. He does have the 3 drones down here, but Hero's going to go ahead and drop that first cannon. And then he's going to drop a second cannon. No second cannon. He's just trying to stop these probes from, or drones from killing the cannon. It is going to have to be canceled here in a second. Down it goes. Hero puts down a new one. But this is all to buy time for the Zealots to show up, because this is not just a cannon rush. This is a proxy gate. A proxy 2-gate forge. Oh, Hero... He's just my favorite. I love him so much. This cannon's going to come up in the natural. It will eventually kill this hatchery. But in the meantime, Dark is building lings. He's building queens. 2 more Zellies showing up. Couple of lings sneaking out, though. Might be able to get across the map and try to do something annoying here. Hero building the Cybercore back at home. Zealots are holding the ramp right now. Zealot's going to pull down. It looks like Hero wants to make sure he gets the kill on this hatch. It's a crucial thing. He needs to kill this hatchery. And Dark is pulling down. It looks like he's going to try to jump on top of this with the broodlings. This could be a problem for Hero. He doesn't have anything to defend these 2 gateways. He's got 2 adepts on the way. Can Dark get out there? He's killed the cannon. He's going to take down this pylon. The Roach Warren is done. Dark, as soon as he gets unsupply blocked, is going to start up 3 roaches. I wouldn't have hated to see Hero put down a cannon here just to help defend this, because right now it is feeling very, very dicey. The 2 adepts are not ready yet, but the lings are here to start working on these Zealots. The adepts are going to pop at a decent time to start fighting, and we'll be able to save the Zealots. Oh my god, 2 of the Zealots live. And the adepts are going to push this forward. The roaches are out now. 2 more adepts on the way, but this is all of the production of Hero. He's building a gateway and a Twilight Council back at home, but if he loses these gateways, he will have no units. Ling speed is done. Oh man, Dark might be able to take this position. Great adept movement though. He's going to be able to send these adepts in, force these lings to pull back. The problem is the adepts just can't fight the roaches. And now Dark, he's morphing Ravagers. He's going to retake this base, but he's not focused on that. He is focused on the counter offensive. And Hero, I think he's realized this. The problem is he doesn't have any units. What is Hero doing? You can't take this base. There are lings, roaches, and ravagers coming at you right now. Guys, I think Dark just holds this. I think Dark wins. There's no units. Hero doesn't have anything. He's got 1 cannon. He hasn't even built a shield battery yet. I don't think he recognized the severity of this issue. Oh my god, this is the pylon powering the cannon, the shield battery, and one of the 2 gateways that can produce units. Oh no, dude. The adepts are dead. None of this is gonna be able to come up. I think Hero's just dead. He's gonna pull the probes, but GG. Dark holds the proxy 2-gate forge and counterattacks for the win. Hero, I don't know, maybe he's just not used to doing that build. Felt like he got through the first part of it and then was like, what do I do now? What a game. What a way to end the KSL this week. Beautiful. Beautiful. GG's.